Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Now, there's been some news of AlphaStar accounts. They're found on the ladder. Okay, I'm gonna refresh this just in case. So this is pretty much confirmed, and not pretty much, it is confirmed, and I'm gonna talk about why it's confirmed and why it actually are AlphaStar's accounts. So Zerton posted that he played a game and he analyzed the replay, yada yada, and we're gonna check that replay as well. The account has, all the AlphaStar accounts actually have about 95% win rate, and they're between like 5.4k and 5.7k on EU server. People found their profiles as well, and so on and so forth. So again, people found other accounts since they found one. This is the Zerg one. People found the Protoss and Terran one as well, which you guys can check if you've played against, since you guys are all GMs, if you've played against account that had like 95% win rate in the recent times, it might be one of these accounts. And if you go on Reddit, you can check the actual account on Battle.net and see if you've played against it. Now, I downloaded the replay. So let me see. Here's another replay from this same account. Okay, I have that one open already. So, next thing, another thread was made, and again, what I just discussed, people found more accounts created on the same date. On 20th, they all played like 5 games for placement matches, and then it proceeded to continue playing on 22nd, and then again an over 90% win rate until 5.6k, yada yada. And there's some very interesting things happening. You might be like, well, how do people know it's AlphaStar? Well, some of the interesting things is for the Zerg one, they say near perfect macro. As soon as the larva spawns, it's used. Now, this is the interesting part. No group controls or camera movement, and yet the AI is still producing from the hatchery. No control groups. And I think this brings up a good point. People are saying that it's kind of impossible with Zerg at this level. Now, some people have speculated that it's a player from NA called Game Time, but I think Game Time is Grandmaster in NA, but to say that he would get 5.78k in EU with like 36-1 with no hotkeys, that's a little bit of a stretch, right? I don't really think that's possible. Now, another cool thing is it has low APM for this MMR, but EPM is very close. Now, for those that don't know, I've explained this before, but EPM is effective actions per minute. It's actually EAPM. So it's actually effective actions per minute. So APM is basically whatever you click, that's APM. But effective is, for example, if you move your unit from point A to point B, if you click 5 times, that's 5 APM, but that's 1 EAPM because you just sent the unit from point A to point B. So what this means is the APM is very close to EPM, which is not something a human has. And there's no player in the world that has EPM close to APM. It just doesn't happen. That would require very like precise, specific clicks, and that's something that no one does, because when you're human, when you're like, playing really fast, sometimes you double click, triple click, and so on. Now this is pretty cool. I saw these screenshots, so you can see, I don't really understand what this is. I think what this is a player adding control groups, as you can see, from, I don't know how this works, from game files, I guess. So you can see how the player Zerton is creating control groups, deselecting control groups, selecting control groups, and for the other account, the AI doesn't happen. This is the AI one, which again, comparing it to human, it's very, very different. Let me see this. So again, this is another thing where control groups are compared to the AI. Again, you can find all this on Discord. it's basically how it's used over time and yada yada. And there's a clear difference between the player and then this account. Now, I'm gonna download the replays like I discussed. Give me a second. I probably should have downloaded this beforehand. I'm gonna download the replays and we're gonna go into it and find exactly what we need. Now, the cool thing about this is I am so excited. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and like do this at the same time. What's so exciting for me is we have the Terran and the Zerg AlphaStar. Like, that's so cool. Because this is the first time we'll actually see them play, perform, what kind of strategies they're doing, and so on. Because we've only seen Protoss 1 so far. Let me see. So another person here, I'm not gonna show it, it doesn't matter, found the Protoss in the Terran one, because this is the first one that was found was the Zerg one. And the funny thing is the Terran AI apparently, or most of the AIs actually, the Zerg, Terran, Protoss, have been losing to proxies in super late game. Apparently they did not lose in the mid-game situations, they only lost to late game, and one of the games that I think the Terran AI lost to was Mass Raven. Now, let me get into the game and let's open these replays up. And also, I played against AlphaStar yesterday and I didn't know. So I'm gonna show you that game first real quick. So yesterday I wasn't really feeling it, and I just kind of did sloppy last game and I went off. Actually, I think I left without GG and then I messaged the barcode, which is, this is the AlphaStar, and it was like, you know, this user does not receive messages from people not on his friend list. Did you win? No, this is the last game from yesterday. So you guys, if you remember, I didn't feel like playing StarCraft, and this was the last game where I tried a cannon rush. The AlphaStar, by the way, did say good luck, have fun. So there's that. So it walled off on the low ground. Now, something I want to talk about is, this is something we didn't know, which was, will AlphaStar actually play against random? And in this game, I was random, and AlphaStar decided to wall off on the low ground. So I guess that every time AlphaStar plays against a random player, it walls off on the low ground, which I found to be really interesting after the fact, which I actually found out today that I played against it. I didn't know yesterday. So you can see if you select AlphaStar's point of view, it has no control groups, nothing. So right now, let me see when it actually reacts. So it builds a gateway. It sees my probe. Sees the probe. You can see it's like clicking, right? It's clicking, but nothing's moving. So I don't know what it's... Yeah. So anyway, now the AI sends the probe. He sees that my probe's going there. Pulls the workers. Now this is where I potatoed. And honestly, like, look, I suck at this game, right? But this was pathetic. I failed to wall off this in time. I actually didn't have money. So the AI goes in with one probe. So it puts like one probe per one of my probes at least. And then it pulls more and more and more. And I think the reason why it doesn't pull all the probes instantly is because it doesn't want to overreact. It doesn't want to overreact to whatever I'm doing. Now, the reason for that is, if you look at AI's vision, it actually never scouted my base. So, I think as the pylon was finishing, and when the AI saw the second probe, it sent its own probe back because I guess it assumed it was a cannon rush. And at this point, the more pylons I built, the more I committed to it, the AI also pulled more workers. Now, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Number one, it doesn't want to pull the workers straight away if it sees a pylon, because if it's not a cannon rush, then the AI just wasted a lot of money. And number two, I think it's basically math on why and when the AI is pulling probes. Now, you'll notice something here. The AI pulls one probe, right? One, and then it sees the pylon. Pulls another one, right? Because he sees my second probe. Now, when he sees the pylons go down, and that I'm trying to build, and the pylons are still going up, that's when AI pulls more. And the reason why I'm saying this is simple math for it is because the AI probably practiced so many games against itself that it knows when it should pull probes, so we are committing same amount of resources, if that makes sense. So if I finish a pylon that's 100 minerals, then the AI is like, okay, I can pull 3 probes, if that makes sense. And I think that's how the AI works. And that allows it to also not overreact, but at the same time, defend the cannon rush and not just straight up die to it. Now here you can see it's not even chasing with this probe, it's just waiting, basically. And then it reconnects on one of the probes. So I'm trying to re-wall here, it does not work. And I mean, the AI knows, like, it has the clear goal to kill the probes. Like, it knows what's going on. And it also very often leaves the probes where the cannons would be built. If there was a probe coming, like if there's a probe running here, the AI quickly moves the probes around to block. So I found this very interesting. It's chrono boosting a Zealot. It will get supply blocked, which is also interesting, right? Because at this point, you don't need to get supply blocked if you're defending Cannon Rush. As you can see, it has 150 minerals. So I guess that's just a mistake on the AI's part. You know, don't know why I didn't build a pylon, because I don't think there's any need for it, right? Even if you're defending the cannon rush, the AI is still infinitely ahead, but there's no reason to not add that pylon. So I think that's just a mistake. Chrono boosting the Zealot instantly. So pretty much defends the cannon rush as you would expect. This is how people defend it as well. With probes, you know, it's not doing any funky walling off or something like that. It's just chasing down the probes and also putting the probes in positions to make sure that there's no cannons going up. And when there's a cannon, it just instantly surrounds it and tries to kill it. Now, do I think this is the best cannon rush defense I've ever seen in my life? Not really, to be honest. I messed this one up pretty bad. So basically what I did and why I lost the game, or at least why the cannon rush failed completely. I might have lost the game anyway later, but this is why. So when you do cannon rush on this map, you wall of this, you wall of this, and then you put a pylon here and then here. But what happened is I put the pylon here and the probe just entered and blocked it because I need 45 more minerals. But if I put the pylon there, the probe needs to go around, it gives me a little bit of extra time and I can wall that off. Now that would be interesting to see how the AI reacts then, because I do think that a well-executed cannon rush, you will almost always plant down the pylons and wall off. So the game kind of begins when the pylons are walled off. What do you do then? And I kind of wish I played less sloppy this game so I can see the AI's reaction then and how it plays out from there. Because I feel like this part is, you know, sometimes you'll block the pylons and the cannons, sometimes you won't. But I would really love to know what the AI does once the pylons are in place and it can't do anything. Does it build a forge? Does it build a stalker? Does it proxy? I don't know. I don't know. But again, no control groups for the AI, as you can see. The camera movements are really weird. Like, it seems that the AI is doing this with the mouse. Like, it's not using camera hotkeys either. If you look, It's like dragging. It's like if you played on arrows, like this. That's how it's moving the camera, which is also pretty weird. Now this is the good part. So obviously I played against this AI specifically, and I can go into my match history and I can see who the AI played against. So you can see all these ones are played in the past 2 days. So the 5-day one, this is the same thing that happened with the other AlphaStar accounts. They've done placement matches, and then they played 2 days ago, and then a day ago. Okay, let's do the Terran one, because it's the only one from Terran. Oh, I'm excited, boy. I'm excited. Let's see what it does. Probably does the same thing though. Like, I don't think it does anything insane. I think it plays pretty standard, most likely. Okay, so this is the guy that he played against. This is the AI. So it says GLHF the same way with space, like the Protoss one. And again, no control groups. If you look at the Terran AI, no control groups whatsoever, and it's dragging the camera. The cool thing is, or the interesting thing is, it doesn't optimize the gas mining super hard. It actually sends 2 SCVs at the same time, instead of sending like one and then another one. Oh, wait. Okay, Dana finished the game. Let's check his game, because this one is fresh. Like, this one is fresh out of the oven. Wait. Bruh, why didn't you give me host? Oh my god. Oh. Maybe he didn't know he can just leave in the lobby. Okay, guys. So this is the Protoss that I played. This is exactly. Now it says good luck, have fun, connected. So they programmed it to say different things. And dude, I remember people who were like, because I discussed this previously, and I was like, I wonder if it's gonna say good luck, have fun. And people were like, no, that's like serious programming. It's not gonna be able to chat. I'm like, dude, it's learning from itself to play the game. They can program it to type 4 letters, okay? You know? Like, come on, dude. This is the same AI, because I checked from match history the guy I played. It's really easy to program. I know! That's what I've been saying. And people are like, no, that's like super, yeah, it's like advanced. I'm like, it's not. It's text. Yeah. Like, they made an AI that self-learns, but apparently putting in text is like fucking, you know, advanced. Okay. Wait. I gotta go back. Okay, makes a pylon. Normal time. When does it send a probe? Oh, that's interesting. So it chronos when the probe is like 80% done, and then the chrono is wasted for like a second instead of pulling the probe from the minerals. Okay, goes for a scout. I want to check AI's point of view. I'm gonna go slow so I don't like go back and forth all the time. And I'll just give you guys like whatever I catch is happening. It's using shift commands. I noticed that as well. Like, wow, it's also preventing mining. Look at the try-hard AI, dude. Wow, try-hard AI. Look at that. So look at this. There is no way in this world that this guy is a human being. Why? Who can cancel mineral harass like that, build probes, and build buildings with 100 APM? That does not happen. That does not happen. Like, it just doesn't. Trust me. It just doesn't. Look at his APM. It's super low. Like, this is one click at a time. No human does this. And I know there's going to be people like, oh, it's someone pretending to be AlphaStar. I don't think it is. Because in order to pretend to do this and have 95% win rate is insane. And also you would slip up at some point. Oh, it started Twilight and then canceled.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Now, if you look, this is what I'm talking about. This is impossible by a human being. Look at this. It has 104 APM and 96 effective APM. This is not possible. It's actually not possible for a human to have this. To have it in a 2, 5, 6 minute game, sure. To have it over the course of 50 plus games is not possible. It's just not possible. Like, you would actually have to train as a human to play under 100 APM and EAPM at the same time. Like, yeah, exactly. There's also 3 races, so that means you would need 3 people who are doing this together. And they're also super high level to be able to reach 5.7k with like 3 losses. I don't know about that. The colors are confusing me. It's showing red, but it's not red. Oh, there we go. That was interesting. So the AI shaded in, but kept looking at his adepts. Okay. Meanwhile, making a prism. Like, I'm sorry, but this is not a 5.7k player. Like, look at this micro. Holy dude, that's a Pog champ. 6 drones. 6 drones. A prism already out there. So I'm guessing he's gonna harass with the prism. Oh no, he's going back with the prism. Oh, because he saw links. Okay. I guess he only he saw 2 links, so he started going back. And then he realizes there's no links, there's only 2. So he goes with the prism across the map again. He's gonna lose the depth, maybe? Yep. 2 adepts. So he's gonna use this to harass. This is something we've seen actually recently in pro play in the past 3 to 6 months, I would say, happen where this kind of harassment, I mean. So it starts Dark Shrine right underneath the Overlord. And again, I don't see a human doing that, but I do see a computer doing that. Okay, so started up charge, no immortals. That's a risky place to be in. He's gonna lose the prism. Well, if the Zerg just sends the queen from the main and the third, I think he loses the prism. But he's just gonna walk out casually. Okay, getting a third. Still producing probes. APM 150. EAPM 144. That's what I mean. Almost exactly same EAPM as APM. That is like extremely efficient clicking. Again, what that means is that this player is never double clicking. It's always single clicks. Almost always single clicks. To send units to warp in. Okay, leaves the units. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Hold the phone.
Research complete.
Like, you can see that micro is really good. Like, the juggling and just the decision making. Like, picks up the zealot and 2 DTs, but shades the depths out. Or tries to. Wait, disruptors?
Consciousness awakened.
Okay, disruptors and a Stargate. Like, do you see how many things it's doing, and it's only 160 APM? Oh, recalls. Not sure why that decision. Wait, it's making. Wait, it's going charge lot disruptor? It hallucinated a phoenix. Okay, Archon, more DTs for Archon. How does this game end in 10 seconds? Well, there we go. Dude, I can't believe the AI was going disruptor charge lot.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Alpha Star.
That's so interesting. And then it made a Stargate, but why? Oh, I know why it made a Stargate. It made a Stargate because it wasn't sure if it's mutas, because it hasn't seen anything except links. So it made a Stargate in case it's mutas, and then it did a hallucinated scout. Did it start making anything from Stargate? Okay, hallucination is going across the map. I don't know if you saw Hydras. Oh, it is! Look! It starts making Phoenix. Look, as it goes in, look what happens. He sees the double gas. But he never looks there. That's the thing. Like, he never looks there. Look, he just looks at a minimap. He sees the 4 gas and he fires up a Phoenix. And what does it see to stop it? Why does it cancel it there? Why did he cancel the Phoenix though? Like, he didn't see the units in front. That's really interesting. That it's adding Stargate when it's not sure what it's facing. I mean, it makes sense, right? But you don't see pro players do this. He validated the gas that was mine and probably hypothesized this is mutas, but how does it know? It never clicked. It never looked at that point on the map. So how does the AI know it wasn't mutas? It did look at the main, did it though? Let's see. Phoenix is going in. I mean, it looked there, right? But it didn't look at the natural. I mean, it looked for a second. You know what happens maybe? Maybe the AI looks at the minimap and sees this, like a small building. And then the AI just looks what that building is. But why doesn't it look at the natural then? Sees spine. But when did the AI see the... oh, he saw the natural thing earlier. Whatever it was building. That's why it doesn't look. So maybe it just looks if there's new buildings added and he sees it on the minimap. That's so interesting. Like, it actually started building a phoenix because it saw on the minimap the small building, which can only be spire or spore or spine, and then cancel. Did it see the army? I feel like it knew that the attack was coming because the way the army was positioned was really weird. He doesn't see the army. He doesn't see the army at all. Now, why does he recall? That's the question I have right now. What prompted the AI to recall and be defensive? What does it see? Sees an overseer. Maybe because it saw no units? But he instantly recalls. There's no threat. And I was paying attention if it... Did it see something coming out of larvae or eggs? I don't think so. Oh, it's... Did it? No, it didn't. Maybe the low drone count? How many drones is this? 47. It has to be the low drone count. And no gases on the third. That has to be it, because he did not see any units. Even with the Phoenix, there was nothing. So, the AI assumes it's either Muta 2-base, because it did not see any Hydras. It did not see any tech. So it has to be 2-base Muta or Roachling, Hydraling attack. That's why the AI recalls. And you can see it clearly hallucinates Phoenix here to try and see what it is, right? Because it doesn't see the attack. And then does this mini wall. And then literally you can see it position units to defend. Look at that. Like this in a perfect line. Now, when did the AI start building Disruptor? And why did it start building Disruptor? Okay, RoboBay. I want to see if its reaction to something. Okay, so this is where the AI starts harassing. I'm gonna pay attention to everything. So, he starts warping in. The RoboBay is already going up. Maybe it goes RoboBay every game. Maybe the way AI is dealing with Zerg units is if Spire, make Stargate. If no Spire, make RoboBay always. Because right now he's not seeing anything, right? Oh, he saw Hydras here. He saw Hydras here. So, based on the drone count after, he knew this is an all-in. After when he recalls. But the question is, why no Colossus? Like, in this situation... I guess at this point the AI knows that this is an all-in. That's why it's building the two cannons. Okay, that makes sense. But why not Colossus? Isn't Colossus better? It's more sustained damage. It works better with Zealots. The only argument I would have is because the AI knows that it's playing against Ling Hydra, potentially Banelings. He has charge lots for the Lings, so you need something to kill the Hydras. If you make Colossus, it's gonna shoot at the Lings. But if you make Disruptors, you can kill Hydras. Now, this is something that I would know and understand much better if I had more Protoss AI replays. Because I could see why and if it's going Disruptors every game, or it's just because of this all in. And also, maybe it doesn't even go Disruptors. What if the AI always goes RoboBay and always goes Stargate, but only builds those units depending on what it sees. And if it doesn't see anything, it just goes charge a lot Immortal Archon. Probably long to get thermal lens, but the thing is, you don't need to get thermal lens necessarily. I mean, I guess Colossus would be better with Stalker Sentries. But that is interesting. Yeah, disruptors do take less time. Now the problem is I don't have more Protoss replays. So the ones I have are 4 Zerg ones and the Terran one.